If you're familiar with gardening, we know what this is. They are so confused, they are so pissed off to the point where these little bastards are laying their babies on my grapes. I learn something new in my garden every day. I did not know that squash bugs lay their eggs on grapevines. I was just spraying my grapevine because I've noticed some aphids. That's normal. Every year there's aphids on them, little black mealy bugs, all kind of stuff. Um, I'm spraying the vines from this angle. You can't see underneath the leaves. I have to go on the other side of the trellis to see the back side of the leaves. And while I was bending down spraying the trunk of my tree, I noticed this. I'm looking at these like I know damn well those are not squash bug eggs that I'm looking at. And I took a closer look. And of course, it's squash bug eggs. Now, tell me, explain to me again, gardening community, why are squash bugs laying their eggs on my grapes? Oh, I can answer that question. Last year and the 2 previous years, I've grown squash, lots of squash. This year, I've decided that I'm not growing any because the amount of bugs that I had to deal with last year was ridiculous, overwhelming, and I can't be bothered. This year, I am concentrating on fruit trees and I am concentrating on growing things that I've never grown before. I believe that these bugs thought that they were coming back this year for another buffet, and I switched it up. This is why they said you should not plant the same crops in the same location every year. You should switch up your locations and switch up the crops that you're going to plant. So this year, I chose to plant peppers, garlics, and a lot of onions in the locations that I planted my squash last year. And when I tell you that they are so confused, they are so pissed off to the point where these little bastards are laying their babies on my grapes. So if you're like me and you have switched up how you're planting and where you're planting your stuff in your garden, you might want to take a look at the things that you might not even have thought that these little bastards will be laying their eggs on. Because I'm telling you, from the front, you can barely see it because it was so many leaves. And then I saw this on the back side and I was like, oh, those are some pretty golden eggs. Looks familiar. They gotta go. So I'm gonna look through my grapevine to see if I see anything else. But this is just PSA. Now is the time that they're up, they're awake, and they're gonna be laying eggs. And the only way to really get rid of these is to squash them. So I don't do anything great. They are beautiful. As you can see, they are gorgeous. I just bend the leaf in half. I just bend the leaf in half like this. And you hear it pop. Yep, that's all I do. You might want to take a look in your garden and see what you can find. On a good note, I have a lot of baby ladybugs in my garden. It's one. And this is what the babies look like. Right here. That orange. Right here. You can see that? It's orange and reddish and right there. Yep. That is a baby ladybug. So if you're paying attention to your plants and you're paying attention to your garden, you should be seeing some of those. Here's another one. Wait, hold on. I don't know if you can see her. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, you should be seeing a lot of babies in your garden. I've also seen a lot of prayer mantis, and there was an abundance of them on my grapes. And I'm glad because it was a lot of aphids like this. And I've noticed that they're starting to go away. So I know that they're doing what they're supposed to do by eating them. And I'm just letting nature take its course. I'm trying my best not to buy things that I know will hurt them. But when I do see them, I try not to spray where I see them at. Like, for example, here's one in action. That's a lot of aphids that's on there, and that's a baby ladybug going to work on them. So if you see those things in your garden, don't overreact. They're baby ladybugs, and they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Until next time, bye.